to the CEO happens every month, and this program is aired on Elimu TV, and it's more like a mentorship program. So don't mind if you see yourself on TV. So please make sure you smile to the cameras. Okay. So yeah, and I'm always so excited to be the host because I'm the one who hosts it, and we do several of this in Nairobi and Mombasa, and this is going to be the first experience here. So much for joining us for the program. My name is Calvin Jodisi, and we want to thank you for coming to for this session. The whole essence of Ascenti is we realize that despite we do these core forums in Nairobi, we need to bring this to the counties, and this is our first one. Although it might look small, but I believe at the end of the day it will have some kind of an impact. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's not just about the numbers, but what do people get from the entire thing. So thank you very much for coming for this session, and we're so excited to host you here. Thank you very much. I would just like to introduce my far end panel is Cleophas. Cleophas is the CEO of Jadera Group of companies. Please clap for him. And we also have Mr. Trusha Ketia. He's the CEO of Society Store. Please, let's clap for him. And then we have a very beautiful lady here, who is Pamela Gatwiri, and she's the founder and CEO of Palm Nail Polish, which I'm sure you've been seeing the products around. Thank you so much and welcome to the program. Just going straight to you, Judera. Just tell us a little bit about your company and how did you start, how did you found the company?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I like going by the name Odipo. It's easier. It's way easier. My first name really confuses guys. So Judera Group basically is, we are farmers, period. But what we do in our model is we work in a model that is inverted, in the sense that we don't plant then get market. We get market then we plant. So Judera Group focuses on value addition when it comes to farming, and specifically contract farming. So we have contracts with various exporters, distributors, and manufacturers, and then we provide for them raw material that they need in order to carry out their businesses. So it's a very simple model. How we started Judera Group, it was a road trip to see a friend's farm. And when I got there, I genuinely just fell in love with the whole concept of farming. And we started developing a business around it, not just the conventional farming, because one of the things that we're really big on is we add the value. We are innovators. We don't invent anything, we just make better that which already exists. So after the road trip, we started developing a business around it, and yeah, second year down the line, here we are.
Oh wow, I think that's really, that's really something good. I mean, because the focus is food security, and Africa is really, really lagging behind in terms of food security. And we still have that long way to go. And we'll just come back to you. And let's just go to the lady. You started Palm Polish, and it's a brand that's out there, and it's coming out. And why did you go to this? And maybe before that, what were you doing? And how do you see your business in future? And is there hope for nail care, despite there's so many brands around that?
Sure. So before this, I used to work in the airline. I was a flight attendant. So that's how I fell in love with the nail care industry. Sorry, did you hear me? Okay, so I was a flight attendant. I used to work in the airline for almost 8 years. Then that's how I had the passion of the beauty industry, and specifically I fell in love with the nail care sector. Then I saw a gap in Kenya, in the Kenya beauty industry, specifically with the nail care, because I thought the nail care wasn't it wasn't being done properly or professionally. Then that's how the passion combined with the opportunity started the business.
Okay, I think that's really good. We'll just go to Trusha. You founded 2 companies, and in a short period of time. and today, basically, being this is Nakuru County and Society Store just came into Nakuru County. Why did you go for Society Store? And yet we have so many supermarkets. I mean, even others actually closing down. But you are here saying that you want to start Society Store. What inspired you? And probably maybe why did you? How many branches do you have right now? And maybe why did you choose those locations that you put those different branches? And maybe before that, what were you doing before you decided to move to the Society Store?
Okay. For me, I think if you look at what even the other two panelists said, it's about finding a gap somewhere, finding an opportunity where you feel you're able to either add value, or if, for example, you feel there's no representation or it's not being done to the standards, and you feel if you came into that industry, you'll be able to do things better. Really proud to say that Society Stores is 1 year and 3 months old. We started in December 2014 with our first store in Thika. And that's where we started our journey from. And in Thika, it was acquiring an existing supermarket. And that has been our model of growth in most cases. 1 year and 3 months down the line, we started with 60 employees with one store in Thika. And we're now up to 5 supermarkets. The first one being in Thika, then we opened another one in Meru, then another one in Maua. And then the fourth one, the latest one, was Naivasha, which was opened in December, just 3 months ago. And next week we'll be going finally to Nairobi. So we are opening in Kayole, which is next week. And the growth has been amazing in the sense that starting with about 60 people, we now have a company that has 350 people in the space of 1 year and 3 months. So the amazing bit of being able to create jobs everywhere we go makes a big difference. Now, if you look at my location choices, I've looked at towns that are very strong in agriculture, very cash-rich towns, low operating costs, because naturally the rent you'll pay, for example, in Maua cannot be the same as to the rent you'll pay in Nairobi. Yeah. So you also have to imagine what is your target market? What is the idea of, like, are you going to go into a market that is already so congested, or are you going to find your own pocket of space somewhere to add value? And same way, we looked at Naivasha and we said, okay, how many supermarkets are there? And we said only 3, and out of which 2 are for Naivas and 1 is another supermarket. So we felt the town was big enough to be served by another supermarket. Now, why do we choose to go in? Every place we go in, we're able to come with better range, better pricing, and just make it more competitive. And who does it benefit? It benefits the people living in that place, because what we do is we drive down the cost of living. Because if 2 competitors have been used to dominating the market, they can charge whatever price they want to. So we're the people who come in and actually disrupt the market. And we do it because whatever we want to do, it's about adding value to our suppliers, adding value to our customers, and adding value to our people. So I think that really drives the reason why we went into retail, because it is so people intensive, serving customers, dealing with suppliers. I've been having discussions with Pam on, for example, her range of products being kept in my supermarket. So you can imagine, how many families, both directly and indirectly, are sustaining or are thriving on the retail business. So I think that was my decision behind why I chose to go into it.
Okay, so yes, so thank you very much. I think we're going to go to the audience because the audience haven't asked any question yet. So if you have a question, before we come back to them, if you have a question that you'd like to ask them, because Judera is in more in agriculture, and he's in retail, and she's in beauty. And actually the uniqueness is that of our panel is that they're actually all marrying each other. He can sell his products in his store, he can buy his products, and he can buy her products, and she can sell her products in the store. So it's kind of like a web chain. So if you have a question for our panel, kindly raise up your hand, and our Joseph will bring the mic to you.
And I'm posing 2 questions on you. Question number 1.
Who do you want to pose the question to?
Maybe either of them. Either. Question number one, as a CEO of your company or as you are running a very big enterprise, how do you feel? How do you feel having your own company? Maybe in terms of you have a lot of money, you know, you're holding millions. How do you feel? How do you feel as a person? How do you feel?
How does it feel like to be CEO? Feels really good. You know, it does, but this is the most important thing. What defines you? Okay. If it so happens that you're defined by titles and you're defined by the money in the bank, my friend, you have more problems than you could ever imagine. Okay. What defines you as a person, or rather, what defines you in terms of success, should not be, in my case, anything that is tangible. Okay. Case in point, what defines us as Judera Group is not the money we have in the bank. It's not the workers we have. It's not our equipment. You know, it's not our fancy websites and cards and offices and whatnot. That's not what defines us. That doesn't make us successful. We believe what makes us successful is the number of lives we are literally able to affect directly or indirectly. That makes us successful. That's what defines us. Okay, yeah.
Well, you make it sound like we sleep on a bed of money. We actually sometimes don't sleep at all. Somebody, a fellow entrepreneur once, and he used a perfect example. He had this photo, an image of this guy riding a lion. And he goes to me like, entrepreneurship is a lot like riding a lion. Everybody else who sees him thinks, oh, this is so cool, he's riding a lion, I'd want to be there. The guy riding the lion thinks, how the hell do I come down without being eaten? Right? He's struggling so hard not to fall off. That is entrepreneurship. Right? It's not for the faint-hearted. So you need to be ready to say, fine, it might be easy to mount the lion when he's not looking. And then what happens after? One day you have to come down. Are you ready? So that is really important, guys. But it doesn't mean, you see, on one hand, we're not making it sound glamorous. It is not glamorous, guys. It is tough. And for that, you have to be prepared to completely be focused on your vision. As you say, just know where you're headed. She talked about 5 years. She talked about the vision. See things even before they've taken place. Create them in your mind, and then make the journey. You already know you want to go from Nairobi to Naivasha. We're clear. So you know your end destination is Naivasha. Now what you got to start doing is building the road to get there. Okay? It's not going to be easy. I always use roads because of bumps, potholes, diversions. That's how business is. Nothing is straight. So that's how entrepreneurship is. But as long as you keep focused and you keep the passion burning, then you will see the fact that whatever you think will start happening. The moment you start losing focus and you lose confidence and belief in yourself, then there is no point of doing something that you don't like. And even that, whether it's employment, if you don't enjoy what you do, then really there's no point of doing it. Then you better find something else that makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, your bank account has no relationship with how happy you could be as a person. It's not, right? Happiness is derived from inside as to what you enjoy doing. So focus on what you enjoy doing. And that is what will really work for you.
As you have very big enterprises, you know me, I'm a small scale entrepreneur. So the challenges that I'm facing here, because I want to be like you, what are some of the big challenges that you're facing in your businesses? And how do you overcome them? Thank you.
Start with the challenges, sorry. Wow, the challenges are from here to Timbuktu. Honestly speaking, business or entrepreneurship is not for the faint-hearted. If you have a weak heart, please, I beseech you, do not attempt.
Strengthen your heart.
Yes, because you can die. You know the way when when you're trying to katia a lady, they will know, silali, silly. Those things are actually very true in entrepreneurship. Sleepless nights, literally. I have had sleepless nights, lack of appetite. It's crazy. The challenges, I can't even start telling you how emotionally draining it is, because you are literally carrying a vision, and that vision is being challenged by the status quo, by tradition, by so on and so forth. So do not expect to land on a bed of roses just yet. There will actually be thrips and thorns. I'll give you that for free. But if you hold on and stay strong and stay true to your vision and your cause, you shall surely succeed. Now,
and the other question goes to society stores. Do you do interns? Is your company, does it accommodate interns? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so let me start with the internship, and because it addresses both the Kayole issue as well. We absolutely do internships. In fact, since we started, it has been informally done, whereby we have people from university. We've got a lot of guys from MKU, USIU, since it's near Thika, coming to our head office. And if, for example, you've been doing a finance degree, we attach you to the finance department. If you're doing procurement, and so on and so forth. But this year, one of the things we want to do is actually have a very formal internship program. And by formal, I mean that, it is a proper course. You're taken through all the different areas, and you're put through an internship where you can get trained to be either in the head office or a future manager or supervisor in the store, where you get to experience leadership. So by formal, we want to be able to use this as an opportunity to pick out amazing individuals who, it's not just based on degrees and education, because I myself pretty much use maybe 1% of what I studied. 99% of it has been life experiences. It has been on the job. Your university or your campus experience, it's more to do with the relationships that you build. It's more to do with the people interaction. At the end of the day, it's a piece of paper that will get you a job. But if you are focusing on having your own business, or even succeeding in your job, it's not your degree that will give you success in your job. It is going to be about the kind of person you are, the kind of vibes you give out, the way you're able to convince people, the way you're able to face challenges and face rejections. These are not the things that they teach you. So we want, at the end of it, to be able to actually offer then a permanent job, with the starting pay package to the best performing interns. So it works mutually for both sides, whereby we're able to offer you experience, and if you feel you love the retail business and you excel in it, then it means even before you finish probably your final year, you're able to guarantee and secure yourself a job to be able to train them. So yeah, that is key.
My question goes to Odipo. Do you usually do training to use, or you just do practically training?
Do we train? Not as much. It's not our core business, but we do a lot of this. A lot of talks, a lot of whatnot. I wouldn't call this training per se, but we do a lot of talks and basically just counsel in terms of agribusiness. Where do you get capital? The last thing you need in starting a business is money. Okay, that's the last thing you need. For us, it's a very simple concept. The concept of what's that you have in your hands. Okay. For us, we did not have money when we started the business. Literally, we did not have. Our system is based on OPM, other people's money. Okay. It's a very simple concept. It's actually something that the Oracle of Omaha does. Warren Buffett. He just uses other people's money in order to make money. Okay. What you need is a solid idea, a solid vision. Once you have that, you'd be surprised how money will follow you. We have come to discover there are people with heavy pockets who are dying to invest in the youth in Africa. So we have a leverage over quite a number of other continents by the fact that we are actually born and bred in Africa. Because in the next, there are three worlds that exist. There's the first world, second, and the third world. So we know that generally. The way you're told, this is the first world countries, this is the second world countries, these are third world countries. Okay. The first and second world are literally exhausting. Okay. They're exhausting quite a number of things. They're exhausting their resources, they're exhausting their whatnot. That's why you'll find pollution, I don't know in which country, messing up the air that is just a bit crazy. The last resort of humanity, my opinion, will fall on third world. I'm really happy to be in the third world. Because 20 years from now, chances are that the next superpower will come from Africa, based on that which we have. Okay. We are the people who are set and have been strategically positioned for that particular takeover. Okay, so we need to understand that the last thing you need is money. Right now, if I give you money and you have a useless plan, it won't help. It will be like playing a guitar to a goat. It won't dance. Okay. Have a plan. Do you have a plan? Is your plan solid? Is your plan in tandem with the vision? Does your plan have longevity? The money will follow.